to the Reinvented Life with Pamela Chanel David. Do you want to step up your game? Pursue your dreams. Be the best version of yourself. The Reinvented Life is here to help. The Reinvented Life is about courage. It's about staying relevant. It takes grit. It defies gravity. It's about taking inventory of where you are today and where you want to go. Embrace change. Make things possible and reinvent your life. Call in with questions at 888-994-4995. Now, it's time to reinvent your life with Pamela Chanel.
Well, good morning, everyone, or I should say afternoon. We're at noon here on the West Coast, and on the East Coast, I know we're on well into the afternoon by now. So I hope everyone's having a great day. I am Pamela Chanel David, host of the Reinvented Life show and founder of the Reinvented Life Network. There's just a lot of reinventing going on around here, and it's such a pleasure to be here every week and really talk about people in their lives that are doing things to reinvent. And today's guest is a welcomed and frequent guest on the Reinvented Life show. She is founder of the show Hello, Your Health is Calling, and always has an amazing tips and resources and an amazing idea of what people should do to really reinvent their health and go from maybe something that is dis-ease to health. So with no further ado, I want to bring Sue Kostyk on. Sue, as I say, is the host and the founder of Hello, Your Health is Calling. How are you this morning?
I am good. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. I keep saying morning. I must be stuck in the morning. It's the afternoon. I got to get the noon into my mind. Maybe
It's
some more
morning in
coffee.
Hawaii. It's still
Yeah,
morning in
maybe
Hawaii.
exactly. Oh my God, it's morning somewhere. We should be in Hawaii and do this show sometime.
Okay,
Well,
next time.
welcome to Sue Kostyk. She is a holistic health practitioner. She is really what I call a concierge of health for people. And we are here together today to really talk about reinventing your health and reinventing one's approach to their health more than anything in a proactive, holistic approach. So I'm so excited to have you back on the Reinvented Life and just to talk about what you do every day, which is Hello, Your Health is Calling.
Yes, I do that every day. Yeah, our health is, I say this on my podcast all the time, our health is not a hobby. It is something that we only get a shot at once, really. And we need to pay attention to when our health is calling. It could be a symptom. It could be that you're aging. It could be that, you've tried and tried all of these trendy things to get healthy and weight management, and it's just not working. And we're just not listening to what our body's telling us. Symptoms are a message. Our body can be likened to a car with the check engine light. And when the check engine light goes on, it's our responsibility to figure out what's going on. So that's what I really try to encourage people to make sure that they're listening and then answering.
That's so true. And listening and answering, and really an approach of taking care of. This is our vessel, this is our vehicle. And I am certainly guilty of not listening to my body for a very long time. I actually abandoned it. And I thought for somehow this machine just keeps going, right? And I abandoned my health for a very long time, and really my reinvention started with a tremendous amount of weight loss that I needed to do so that my physical body could work better, and that my blood pressure could come down, and all the mechanics, if you will, of this vessel, of this vehicle would work more efficiently. And so it is actually that promoted me to create the Reinvented Life and create a place that people can embrace change, and make it stick, make it sustainable. Sue, what do you find in your practice with your clients the most difficult part of being able to, when they embrace something new, and in your practice with it being
Mhm.
functional medicine and all, what do you find the number one or number two couple of things are that keep people from having sustainable change?
I think that really the number one thing is our mind, that we we tend to approach something new with a mindset already.
Mm,
And it's a mindset that's based on past experience. It's not a
mm,
mindset of adventure, of what could be. And
yeah,
so I work with a lot of people that come into transformation based on old habits, old mindset, failures, all of the things that need to really be resolved before you can step into something new. And it's kind of like anything in your life, really. You can't go from a bad marriage to a new marriage without figuring out all that baggage, right? So when you're trying to change something about your life, you need to figure out what is keeping you stuck in that old way. And our mind is the key. Our mind is the most powerful source that we, and our most powerful tool, really. Because if you have a mindset of negativity, nothing's going to happen. And you know, um, we've talked about, you and I, of the changes that we both have made and how our mindset had to be different. I had to seek out someone like you actually, to help me
specifically.
change my mind around a lot of things. So, our mind it's made to protect us from pain. It doesn't want you to feel pain anytime you change something, even if it's a really, really good change.
Yeah.
Your body perceives it as change that's going to hurt you. It's going to actually hurt the status quo. And so by breaking through those challenges of the status quo, you're actually going to break all those old habits and old mindsets and be very successful.
That's such a good point, that these old habits just stick, because oftentimes we don't even realize, we get all enthused about something. And certainly if we find a formula for our health specifically, that is going to improve our physical health, and we get all excited about it, we don't actually realize that there's a lot of habits, there's a lot of tapes, if you will, that I am aging myself here, the tapes that are running in the
The
background.
cassette tapes,
um, yeah, tapes. And if I go farther back, then I'm really dating myself.
the
But
floppy disk.
um,
I don't know. We can keep going.
we could keep going, but the point is that we have habits, we have routines, that run and that form our subconscious thinking. And so oftentimes we don't even realize, even though we appear to be, or we approach our approach is excited, and we appear to be excited about whatever we're going to embark on, a new change, or adding some supplements, or adding certain fitness routines or eating routines into our life. We get excited about doing them, and then for
Mhm,
some reason they fall off. And so
mhm,
this is what I'm excited about, specifically the program we have created together, which helps address both one's approach to creating the new habits that create a new routine, that create a new lifestyle. And that takes actual conscious thought to do that. And oftentimes we don't have that conscious thought.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, just to piggyback on that too, I think that people approach change as a momentary thing. You know, it's
Hmm.
like you wake up in the morning and you make a conscious decision that you're going to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, it's all fallen apart.
Yeah.
And so it does, it's not like you run out of the goodwill part of what you want to do. It's really you're kind of the willpower is gone. And so you need to create this mindset that's strong enough so that when that willpower goes away, it's kind of like where people find their why. And, it's like, why do you want to do this? You've got to have a strong enough mindset in order to overcome when that willpower fades away. Because a lot of times transformation takes months. It's not
Yeah.
just, I'm going to transform in a couple weeks. It takes time. So, just to piggyback what you were saying about, just you can't just jump in and
Yeah.
try something new.
Yeah. And oftentimes, someone's approach, I know mine's been like this at times where I haven't even recognized, and I needed a coach, which is what led me to want to create this program with you, for individuals that want to create sustainable change. I haven't even realized that subconsciously there's disappointment that exists, or something physically. As an example, right at this very moment, I am not able to walk without the assistance of a walker. I cannot, my legs do not carry me. And, I look back not too long ago, I was running a half marathon. I was at the gym 3 to 4 days a week. I was doing cycling classes. I was doing all the things. Today, I cannot do those things. And we don't realize that subconsciously there's perhaps disappointment that is running, or there is frustration, understandably so, that is running. And if we don't understand the mechanics of how to get a hold of those subconscious thoughts that are happening and reverse them, all the things we do are not going to work. I often say we are not human doings, we are human
Mhm.
beings. So it's about the beingness of getting a hold subconsciously of maybe some disappointment that exists, or the why is this happening, or I should be doing better than this, the woulda, coulda, shouldas, right?
Yeah.
And so it is interesting, and I love what we've done is developed a 6 month program starting actually July 1st, which is seemed a little ways away, and now it is around the corner, days away, starting in the beginning of July through the end of the year, going into 2026 as strong as possible, of taking 6 months not just to introduce the latest, greatest supplement, or
Yeah.
the latest, greatest fitness routine or eating thing that you can do, but how do we incorporate that, which is what we've so beautifully created, as you say, the mindset, and I love to say the mind strength to be
Yeah.
able to carry that through.
It really it that's just the most perfect thing you could have said about mind strength. And
Yeah.
you kind of have to liken it to, I don't know if you watch golf. My husband's an avid golfer.
Mm-hmm.
And when you watch these professional golfers who time after time after time are chasing this frustrating little white ball around and doing everything perfectly, but it doesn't go in the hole. It's
Right.
like these things, and they have a whole set of coaches, but they have their mind coaches. And we've talked about I've talked about this a lot with a lot of my husband's golf friends. It's like the mind will either make you or break you.
Yeah.
And that is why we developed this program, because it's not about the latest fad or trend. It's really not, because those are only going to get you this far.
Right.
What really is going to get you over the finish line is creating the habits that create the
Mhm.
lifestyle that gets you to where you want to be for once and for all. You know, we've been sold such a bill of goods and been walked down the dark garden path of health and wellness, of every new trend, fad, eat this, don't eat this, you know, go to the gym for 2 hours, don't go to the gym for 2 hours. You know, it's like we're so bombarded with rules and fads. And what it really boils down to is making a decision.
Mhm.
That decision becomes a habit, and that habit becomes a lifestyle. And it's something that you can sustain. It's not the perfection that you're after. It's getting after your goal in a very disciplined and workable into your lifestyle way. And it
Yeah.
starts with your mind.
It does. I think if I'm not mistaken, we have about 4 spots left. I
Mhm.
could be
Yeah.
wrong on that, but 3 to 4 spots left for individuals. So the individual that wants to take a hold of their health, that maybe has, as you said, has tried this and tried that, and not necessarily and the latest greatest fad
Mhm.
that people have been sold, but it's
Yeah.
for the individual that wants to make sustainable health change, whether that is shifts in their weight. Perhaps
Mhm.
they have weight loss as a goal or weight gain as a goal. I mean, and
Yep.
I've seen that as well. They want to
Hmm.
become at a healthier level, or they have concerns about their blood pressure, or they have concerns about their cholesterol levels. Whatever has been brought to their attention, and they've tried conventional medicine for maybe a short time or a long time, but want to incorporate things that are going to get to the root of their issue. You know, I always say that our prescriptions are just band aids, they are not
Hmm.
getting to the root cause, which is what you do. Your half of this partnership, the root cause of what is happening in their bodies. So the
Yeah.
person that wants to come to the table that has had some issues, but that can do it really with the support of both of us completely
Right.
along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is truly for someone. You don't have to be in a health crisis to work with us, really. It's
Hmm.
for people who could be in a health crisis. It could be for people who
Yeah.
have tried conventional medicine. You know, I am not anti conventional medicine at all. It saved my daughter's life. But what
Hmm.
happens when you start to introduce a synthetic, a pharmaceutical that forces your body to do something, there's always going to be a side effect. That
Exactly.
is that is the biggest thing about these conventional interventions is you're taking something to force something. What we want to do is have your body either supplement or, you know, we got to get rid of some overgrowth, but it's having your body do what it's made to do naturally. And
Hmm.
that is where you have the success. That is where you don't have the nasty side effects. And we literally can help you overcome a lot of different situations for sure. Or just longevity. If you want to live a long life, active, that's what we're here for too.
Yeah. Exactly, and with your support and your knowledge, I mean, it is amazing how much you can bring to the table in terms of what you're saying, whether it be side effects or things that the body starts developing because of a certain pharmaceutical, or because of a certain habit. I just love that, excuse the expression, but that you really strip it down to,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what is the cause of what's
Right.
going on, and how is it that one can more naturally and in the most natural way possible help the body to achieve efficiency. I mean, that's
Yep.
really what this is all about, whether it is a health crisis, as I mentioned. Maybe someone wants weight loss or blood pressure control or cholesterol control or these other things, or just want to jump into having a longer life. And
Mm-hmm.
how does one achieve that as one ages and doesn't fall into the, oh, you're getting
Mm-hmm.
older, so that seems like
Right.
it
Oh,
should be. Yeah.
that drives me crazy. Well, at your age, it's like,
Right.
but you hit the nail on the head with the root cause. There is a root cause for everything. Our bodies were made to survive, and that's its only job is to survive and live. And so when it starts to, feel like things are not working right, it's going to adjust so that it will survive. So when it
Mm.
adjusts, it's going to um, maybe shut down some of your hormone, because if it's feeling like it's not going to survive, you don't need to reproduce. So maybe all of a sudden your hormones are all imbalanced. Or if it feels like it's in a position where it can start altering your digestive system, because to survive, if you're being chased by a bear, you don't have to digest anything. So our primitive bodies are very smart,
Mm.
and they're made to survive, and so they're going to just keep robbing Peter to pay Paul until Peter has nothing left to give. And I use that all the time. It's probably people are like, oh, she's saying that again, but it's so true.
Yeah.
it,
Well,
it
and I was going to ask you, don't you find that people just start accepting things about their bodies,
Mhm.
about
Mhm.
how they're feeling, as just, oh, this is how naturally it should be?
Yes.
It's okay that I'm feeling tired all the time, or,
Yeah.
by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm exhausted, or 4 o'clock in
Mhm.
the afternoon. And so sometimes it's just little signals. Again, going back to the analogy of the car or the engine light, it gives you the light of the signals. Oh, I'm tired all the time. Or,
Right.
oh, my stomach hurts a little. Or, oh, I don't feel as good when I'm eating anymore. These are signals and signs that people, and again, I've done it as well, so I'm very
Mhm.
familiar with. It's natural just to write them off. It's natural just to not pay attention to what your physical body is telling you, because again, it may be, oh, I don't want to know something's wrong.
Mhm.
And so
Right.
oftentimes the I don't know something's wrong keeps one from wanting to even get healthier. It's such a
Mhm.
ironic situation.
I
I'm
think that there
sure you
is
find that.
I think that there is also, I mean, there's two things. Um, Remember I said your body, your brain is going to want to keep you comfortable. So when you
Mhm.
start experiencing different subtle things, but you become very comfortable with that, and you've
Mhm.
settled in, you're like, okay, well, maybe I just won't be as active anymore, or maybe I just, it's like you become very comfortable in that feeling.
Yeah.
And it's something that we've, again, watching all the commercials, we feel like it's normal. And honestly, I was in a situation like you where I ignored a lot of the signs, and
Yeah.
you just ignore it until you're in the doctor's office and they're writing all these prescriptions for you, and they're calling you obese, and you're just like, how did this ever happen? But, today I love going to the doctor and them saying, "What prescriptions are you on?" And I'm like, "None." And they're like,
Well,
"Really? At your age?" It's like, yeah, in your face. No.
yeah,
But
exactly.
it really, we become so comfortable because it's familiar, and it's okay to start to feel uncomfortable. And that's what you have to kind of push yourself to, is to kind of feel a little uncomfortable, and then your body's going to go, "Okay, I'm comfortable in this." And you're just going to keep
Yeah.
moving on, but you're going to be moving in the better way. So,
Well, we have to wrap up. But again, if people are watching or people are listening and people want to really, I love the term you said, like the once and for all. You get to the point, then it's like, you
mhm,
know what, I got to take charge. And we've created a team for them. I mean, really, if you look at when we have a client that we can both work with simultaneously,
mhm,
create a team so that there is the support there to get through anything that may come up in their journey
yeah.
along this path of creating greater health for oneself. I know for me, the easiest way to find me is email me info@thereinventedlife.com. That's info@thereinventedlife.com. Please give them your email as well.
Yes, and so you can reach me at support@helloyourhealthiscalling.com. Support@helloyourhealthiscalling.com. That's the easiest way. You need a team. You can't enter into transformation without a team around you. And, sometimes it takes a village, and it's okay. And the
Yeah.
the program we've created is one that will get you to where you want to be and stay there. And how wonderful would it be to get to the end of this year and not have
Yeah.
to create those resolutions that you always fall off of in February? It's like you'll be there,
Right.
and you can say, "You know what? 2026, I'm just going to enjoy my life." And I'm already there. So,
Yeah, it's amazing with the right team, with the right approach,
mhm,
really starting to address those things we can't see. We just
yeah.
don't even know we have resistance, or we just don't even know that there's the woulda, coulda, shouldas happening running in the background, and they're taking charge. And you feel like again you're doing the things and something's not taking hold. And you
Yeah.
say to yourself, why can't I just be this way or this way? Well, we'll help uncover that for sure and help adjust and make those
Hmm.
adjustments delicately, tenderly, and
Yeah.
in the kindest way
There is not
possible.
another There is not another program like this. There just simply is
No,
not. And
no.
you either have one or the other, but this one you're getting both.
Yeah,
So,
you are getting the mindset, you are getting the natural most effective way to really address that health. So thank you, Sue, so much for being on today with me. Thank you for partnering me with this Hello Your Health is Calling program. I am so
yeah.
proud to be a part of it.
It is. I appreciate you so much. It's going to be great. I can't wait for everyone who's going through this. And like you said, we have 3 or 4 left. I'm not sure. I know there's a couple emails waiting, but jump in, both feet.
Yeah. Jump in and join
Mhm.
us. Info@thereinventedlife.com, support at helloyourhealthiscalling.com. Either way, reach out to us. We will get this team organized for you. Anything that you want to achieve with the right people surrounding you, you can do. Thank you again for listening to Hello, Your Health is Calling. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to The Reinvented Life with Pamela Chanel David. Tune in each week so we can work and grow together to become the best version of ourselves. Keep striving, keep dreaming, keep working, and embrace change. You may contact Pamela Chanel at info@thereinventedlife.com.